I'm Lee Lambeth. I'm the Chief Operating Officer of Mercatus Technologies.
How do you prepare operations for the most demanding season of the year?
Well, thank you first and foremost for the question, Emmy. It's a great question because every holiday season really pushes grocery operations to their limits. To put that in context, what I mean is you're faced with higher order volumes, longer hours, tight pickup windows. They're nothing new for grocers, but the holidays always test that balance between speed and service. I'd say this, most retailers know how to handle surge, but this year, the familiar pressure is meeting a new type of complexity. And in addition to the order volume, which increases, you've got to make some tough decisions to really help, operationalize this in a way in which it's meaningful. Do you open more capacity? Do you take advantage of the fact that there's more volume flowing into your system? And do you try and capture on that? Do you look to extend those normal operating hours? Perhaps your pickup windows and delivery windows are 8 to 8. Do you go 8 to 10 on some of those busier days? Another challenge that you run into, where are you going to find additional pickers? So you think about the traditional grocery retail, you know the business is coming, so scaling up the cashier and register lines are fairly easy, but pickers are more of a nuanced type of role, and trying to determine where you're going to get those extra individuals to capture not only the increase in volume, but if you do decide to go for opening up capacity and capturing on the revenue opportunities, do you have those individuals in-house that can support that? So it creates that added pressure and a lot of heightened expectations. And all that's being said with the fact in the back of my mind and the retailer's mind, as well as the customers, that the dollar is just not being stretched as far as it was before for consumers, which is going to force them to make some tough decisions. And that creates a level of uncertainty on how you prepare your operations going into this holiday season. What I would say, though, is that success depends on precision, coordination, and clear visibility across fulfillment. It's the baseline challenge the retailers are facing, and it's the annual test that the grocers expect to deal with every year. If you leverage the tools properly, both people and technology, you can win the holiday. And that's really critical. You learn early on in retail that you need to win holidays and do a tremendous job of really taking care of your customers. This is one of those critical moments in time, whether it's Thanksgiving or Christmas or Easter, where loyalty can be won and lost during these holiday seasons. Can you imagine if you are picking and fulfilling orders for customers and you don't get the right items? And when it comes time to prepare that holiday meal, a key item's missing, or you picked a substitution that just wasn't in line with what would be expected, and the impact that might have on a holiday activity like a holiday party or holiday dinner. So it's really, really critical. You absolutely have to be precise and communicative with your customers to make sure you are winning this holiday season. Even with predictable chaos, control matters. DX Pro gives our grocers the visibility and the coordination to keep operations steady no matter how busy the season gets. And that's critical. Again, it's going to be a busy holiday season with a lot of uncertainty this year, but we believe we have the tools that can make our retail partners successful.
What makes this holiday season harder to plan for than previous years?
So this year, the challenge is not just volume, it's volatility. Some of the baskets are shrinking while others are spiking unpredictably. Shoppers are rethinking when and how they order, and that inconsistency is really hitting fulfillment hard this year. Delayed and partial SNAP benefits are shifting spending from week to week, and ultimately forecasting demand has never been more difficult this holiday season. Retailers have no true predictability how the economy is going to impact consumer shopping behavior during this holiday season. There's a lot of fear and apprehension of the recent government shutdown, and more pressure looming in early 2026 is going to create this level of uncertainty. Add to that the fact that the dollar is just not stretching as far with the rise in consumer good pricing. In totality, you have this highly volatile situation. In the past, you could predict and understand what the rise and fall of volume would look like relative to holidays, but this year it's going to be a lot more difficult. Consumers, again, are going to have to make some tough decisions. With that dollar not stretching as far as it previously has, they will have to determine the size of the basket, what's going in. And that's going to make it even more difficult for retailers to determine how much staffing to put in place, how to schedule accordingly. But to help grocers understand that volatility is totally a new variable. order timing, spending patterns, all the channel preferences are in the flux, which makes that traditional reliable planning very unreliable this time of the year. Real-time data and flexible workflows have become essential tools for staying in sync with shifting shopper behavior. So I would encourage retailers to stay flexible and react to those trends you see, leveraging that data. That data is going to help you shape your workforce, when and where to schedule. How do you build that schedule accordingly based off the first few days as you lean into a holiday season on what you're seeing from the consumer's behavior patterns? Have a plan. So what happens if the orders spike, and how does your team handle that volatility? Are they prepared to scale up? Are they prepared to scale down? Do they know where to go to get extra resources in the event that extra resources, in this case, labor, is needed? And then there's opportunities to capture extra sales, but equally, the opportunity is to fail if not managed properly. So this is going to be one of those unique holiday seasons that, again, you're going to have to pay close attention as a retailer to really maximize your opportunity with not over or under committing to success. So my takeaway out of all that, again, is DX Pro is going to give grocers that flexibility. With live order tracking and store fulfillment slotting and intelligent workflows, it helps retailers adjust as fast as the consumers adopt to an ever-changing landscape this holiday season.
Lee, what is the typical outcome when volume and volatility intersect?
When volume meets volatility, bottlenecks will appear quickly. As order patterns shift, those staging areas will begin to overflow. Your pickup slots are going to close out early, and the staff is really going to scramble to keep up. Without integrated visibility, small slowdowns cascade across the operation, creating tremendous bottlenecks. The real risk is not just late orders, but it's also burned out team members and eroded customer trust. You have to win the holidays. Customers are trusting retailers to have their orders on time with the right selection of products that are part of their holiday festivities. You have to plan for the holidays. Do you open more capacity? Do you open up additional slots to capture on the opportunities? And if so, do you have the right people scheduled at the right times to support this? And lastly, have an overflow plan to adopt in real time in the event that you make these tough decisions. In order to help grocers with this, we really want to look at those pressure points from staging and slotting and communication handoffs and how a smarter system can prevent them before they start. So talk about staging. Look at a clean and concise staging area. It's well planned out. How easily can you retrieve orders and how quickly can you get them to hand off at curbside? Capacity. Do you want to keep it the same or will you adjust to capture the extra volume? And if you do decide to adjust, do you have the labor to properly handle the volume and also ensure that delays are negated and orders are properly picked? Communication is key this holiday season. Working together as a team versus individually leads to success of the common goal. So leverage the personal aspects of communication, but also leverage the technology to give your team real-time visibility into your operations.
How can grocers protect profitability today while building loyalty for tomorrow?
A busy season can definitely grow revenue, or you can burn it all away very quickly. When fulfillment falters, costs climb, and customers drift, every delay, substitution, or missed product chips at that trust. Grocers who maintain consistent, reliable experiences this season will protect both profit margins and strengthen loyalty long after that holiday season ends. When shoppers can depend on the experience, they will come back, and that's a proven fact. That reliability is the most powerful form of marketing a grocer has, and consistency is going to be the key. Be as good or better than you are during your normal daily operations. Again, it's the holiday season. You want to win that holiday season. These are the memories that are going to be created for your consumers. They have festivities going on. They have parties going on. They have time constraints that are impacting them daily during this busy time of the year. If you can be as good, if not better than you always are, then you're going to win this holiday season. Be overly communicative with your customers to ensure they know if you're experiencing any delays, if you have excessive substitutions or out of stocks, and know you're working to provide them everything they need for a busy holiday season. Again, time matters at this time of the year for all of the shoppers and consumers, but more so than ever. So keeping them in the loop on how things are going and making sure that they know of any delays or any excessive out of stocks or anything that's impacting their order is really going to be a critical element of being successful. And this is your chance to lock in customers into your operation long term. Loyalty can be won, but it can also be lost during the holiday season. It's a great chance to win new customers by providing stellar service and creating long-term value. DX Pro helps grocers deliver both profit and predictability by turning operational precision into consistent customer experiences every time. This connected system of data, engagement, commerce, and fulfillment, it protects margins today, but it builds the loyalty that sustains growth over a lifetime.
For more on Customer First Commerce, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Do you have a question for us? Submit your questions to solutions@mercatus.com.